there's some social conditioning going on that I'm not really all that down with, okay? What they're telling you is fine as opposed to what they're denigrating. I'm starting to see a pattern here, okay? First and foremost, I got a couple of videos that are up front here about what they find acceptable, okay? Or at least ways that they're just trying to backdoor their own agenda in on this, because, again, there's nothing inherently wrong with this scenario, okay? They're both legal-aged individuals, but this is a way to backdoor, let's keep it a $150, pedophilia, okay? Like, is there any other way to take this? Okay, I'm dating a 23-year-old woman. Okay, everybody's above board in this situation, who looks like an 8-year-old girl. Pause. If that's why you're looking to get into a relationship like this, okay, like, if you only like her because she has the aesthetics of an 8-year-old girl, at least from afar, because you can see right there, okay, with the makeup on, sitting in the chair, okay, yeah, a little short thing, okay, and I understand some guys like have a little, midget or dwarf kink, okay, I've heard of that stuff before. But the way that they're trying to market this, I can see where they're trying to go, okay? Because we've been around a long time, okay? We've seen a bunch of different things when it comes to this type of stuff. That slope is as slippery as a motherfucker, and, well, if they try to normalize the aesthetics of this, how long is it going to be before love is just a universal principle, bro? You love who you love. Love wins. Age is just a number. How far along are we on that journey? Well, we can take a look. A hunky travel blogger has hit back at claims that he is creepy for dating a 23-year-old woman who looks like an 8-year-old girl. Realistically, I've found myself not in this type of a scenario, okay, but me being 6.5 feet tall, I've had some, female friends, no such thing as, platonic male and female friends, but, I'll just say that for the sake of couth behavior, okay? But I've had some ladies in my company, there we go, who are in on and around, 5 feet tall, so it looks a little bit goofy, but there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Like, there's a big height discrepancy. Like, I don't know how tall this dude is. I'm sure you'll probably get into it here, but again, what's the underlying principle of this? It's kind of like, when you get those panel van enthusiasts that are out there, okay, the real pedos, start to get into these moral quandaries where it's like, okay, how do you rehabilitate these people? I think it mostly involves an on and off switch and a couple of twitches before they just, are inanimate going forward, but okay, let's just say we're trying to rehabilitate them into society. We've got our moral good caps on, trying to figure out what's out there, okay? I've heard this posited a couple of different times. Is it the best course of action for pedos to have access to small child-sized sex dolls, okay? It's fucking creepy to think of, but is there anything inherently wrong with that? Or what's those anime stories? I forget exactly what they're called. I think it's lolly, but it's all very weird, and I don't read, the fucking left-handed picture books, okay, they're retarded, but they're sexualized children, but they're really 3,000-year-old ancient dragon spirits that are in it's all fucking retarded, okay? And that's all, if we can just reconcile with this, it's all quasi-pedophilic. And what's wrong with just an attractive legal aged woman? Like, what the fuck is actually wrong with that? Okay, from 18 to, well, I got a cutoff age, but it's theoretically from 18 to 80, 85, however the hell fucking long you want to go, okay? Why is the new fetish that's being pushed in the cultural zeitgeist? Why are we approaching that final frontier? Well, because you take a look at one inhaler in chief up at the top, it all starts to get just a little bit more clear as to their motivations. Dan Swigart, 26, recently began romancing reality star Shauna Ray. Reality star, really? Okay, that's, fucking everybody right now at this point. Whose growth was stunted due to a treatment she received when she was a child for brain cancer. Oh, that sucks. Ray, who weighs 50 pounds and is 3'10". Yeah, because she doesn't have, you know what I mean when I say this, okay? She doesn't have those features of other shorter people. Like, she doesn't have the big old dome, okay? The regular sized torso and fucking, stunted limb length. She just looks like a little person. Not trying to be politically correct. She just looks like a little person. Swigart recently shared several snaps with Ray on Instagram. Well, if she's that size, you know, he gets a little bit too amorous. You could end up with like real life snaps, but okay. Before posting a video to the social media site vehemently defending their connection. Love is love. It's long been a struggle for Ray to date, with a pint-sized personality previously telling the Post that she's underestimated and excluded because of her appearance. In the clip, yeah, that's a little bit creepy. Okay, but them, yeah, even that one side by side, now that I get a bigger picture of it, it's like, it's odd, and you have to add that little caveat on top. And no, bro, it's fine, she's actually 23. And there's nothing wrong with this relationship, okay? It's not picking on them, okay? It's just the fetishization, okay? Sorry, your boy's a little under the weather, and my voice is, you know, even more gravelly than normal. It's just, why does this need a write-up, okay? What are the underlying principles here? It's very important to remember that Shauna is an incredible 23-year-old woman who has a disability. Okay, you're just trying to backdoor this stuff with sympathy. It's like, we love each other, and she's 23 years old, and she's strong and brave. She fought off brain cancer. It's like, yeah, okay, that's wonderful. We're not attacking you specifically. We're just attacking the entire institution that, you know, pedestalizes this type of relationship, okay? I would just also wonder, it's like, okay, if they ended up getting married, or whenever she gets married at some point in time, which obviously it's going to happen and whatever, okay, how is the whole, you know, bringing children into the world going to happen? Because, yeah, she's a tiny person, but does that stuff work? Like, what's going on here? But yo, man, that's weird right there, okay? When you switch up the angles, it starts to get less palatable, okay? It's kind of like that stupid Euphoria show, okay? That's, I guess, popular in the critic sphere, but I don't see anybody really watch it or anything like that, mostly because it's just sexualizing teenagers, okay? It's just all about high school, you know, drug and sex parties. From what I know, I haven't watched any of it, okay? It receives a lot of awards, but I don't hear anybody talk about it, okay? But then people who, I guess, know her personality on television are weighing in on the situation. But the Brit, Swigart's from the UK apparently, has been blasted by viewers, with some saying that he's sick for thinking of Ray as a legitimate love interest. Yes, she is 23, and that would normally be where the conversation would end, but then I see the rest of this. It's an interesting insight, okay? But she looks and talks like an 8-year-old. That's where it gets weird, okay, if that's true. I don't know these people. I don't care to know these people. I just seen this story, and it's like, there's something more to this, okay? She also does not act like a mature woman, what 23-year-old in today's day and age does as well, okay? She is childlike, one critic claimed. So if this was just a one-off phenomenon where I can see some, you know, malintentions trying to be backdoored into the popular zeitgeist, that would be one thing. But then you see, okay, like on top of the other, you know, body positivity shit, okay, where you get those, you know, heifers that are strategically placed into swimwear that's barely holding on for dear life, okay, then you get models that are out there. And I won't deny, okay, a couple of these pictures, the face exclusively, you know, rather attractive woman. And it's like, okay, and then she's missing both her arms, and she's missing a leg as well, okay? And you're trying to, and she's got, you know, just fucking appendix scar, which is the first thing I see when I take a look, well, outside of, you know, the missing limbs, but it's right there on Front Street, man, right next to the belly button, which I don't even know what to say. But the fact that they put this out as, I'm a triple amputee and a hot model. For what's there, if you compare it 1-to-1, yeah, you're kind of the run-of-the-mill, okay? Again, you just take a look. Face value only. Fine. Yeah, no, excellent in some respects, but you got to take it all in totality. And this is another one of those situations, okay? You run into the same conversations that you'd have with, you know, some beached whale. She's got a pretty face, but the rest of it's a little, yeah, nobody wants to talk about this because, oh, you're just being mean. Love is love, and she's beautiful. It's not her fault. But you can see what's happening. You are tearing down traditional standards that have worked for generations at this point to only replace them with What exactly? No standard societally? Is that what we're aiming for? Sure looks like it. An Ecuadorian woman who lost both her arms. Ecuador, okay, this is not exactly a first world country by any means. And she survived to become a model? Like, what the fuck is going on here? She lost both her arms and one of her legs after a childhood accident. Fuck. Now works as a full-time model, inspiring tens of thousands of people all around the world. It's funny how these two stories are received, okay? And then I got a third one and a fourth one as well, just to compare and contrast, okay? Victoria Salcedo, okay, 26, was forced to have her limbs amputated at the age of 6 after she accidentally touched an electrical wire with a stick and suffered third-degree burns. Oh. Over the ensuing years, the brunette became accustomed to using her right leg to complete daily tasks such as eating and doing her hair and makeup. Obviously, she's gotten help, okay? And then some of the ways that those bikinis cut, I'd imagine that, she probably got additional help for other areas as well. Just saying. After being fitted for a prosthetic leg, Salcedo started to work out and soon became hooked on exercise. And congratulations for that, okay? Like, these aren't attacks on these people, okay? I'm sure she's a wonderful person, and yeah, she's got a beautiful face, except for when she's doing that stupid, anime, eyes crossed, tongue out, fake coom face. Like, having to immediately fall back on that as some sort of a defense. Let's keep it a buck. It wasn't that long ago where somebody said they were a model. You didn't have to think twice about it. It's like, oh yeah, no, that seems congruent. Your words are congruent with your actions, okay? You are beautiful. There's no caveat that's there, okay? There's no asterisk that's required. Now it's like, ooh, you're a model, huh? Ooh. Wow, standards have really dropped, I guess. Or for what? A model for a car dealership? Stand-in for a Ford F-150? A model for what? Light standards? Like, what are we doing here? I never thought I'd be an influential person for other people. Well, you had a story to tell. I could see you could probably be a motivational speaker back in the day, but now, and again, not an attack on her. It's just the predatory companies that are out there. It's like, look at how good we are. And it's like, yes, you employ somebody who's just so down. It's lowering standards. Salcedo, who lives in NyQuil, Guayaquil, whatever, was spotted by a modeling scout at the age of 19. Oh, yeah. And soon became a demand in the industry, in spite of her missing limbs. No. Because she was missing limbs. Because, okay, if she had all of her appendages still, would she have been picked up at the age of 19? Okay, she might have still had a massive Instagram following. Okay, I won't go ahead and put that past her because there's a lot of other avenues that you can explore from there. Let's keep it a buck. The stunning brunette further helped redefine ideas about beauty by competing in Miss Ecuador pageant in 2021. And you know what? Yeah, good on her, I guess. But there's no happy endings for guys who are missing one leg, let alone, both arms and a leg as well, okay? Because you take a look at a self-made millionaire out there saying that, yeah, okay, I made myself a self-made millionaire. Basically, all of the tools are available for everybody else out there. And then he gets shitted on for his opinions on this stuff. I'm a self-made millionaire. $200,000 is chump change if you're a guy in your 20s. Fair enough, man. Give us the sauce. You got it? Because that'd be terrific, okay? A 24-year-old self-made, or at least self-proclaimed. See, the rest of those articles, okay, they're trying to promote them as the next hottest thing. But this kid out here, okay, if he's being legit, okay, I don't know what podcast he's on or anything like that. I don't know if they get into it or anything like that. But I think we know exactly why by taking a look at him right there. Why he's getting condemned for his opinions as opposed to the other two scenarios that's out there, okay? A 24-year-old self-made millionaire, or at least self-proclaimed millionaire, is under fire for declaring that every man should own a luxury sports car by their 20s. I'm sure this isn't taken out of context, but you do you, because $200,000 is chump change unless you're a lazy loser. Fair enough, man. If you're a guy in your 20s and you don't have a Lamborghini, what color's your Bugatti, and you actually sit down and you have like a serious discussion with yourself as to why you don't have a Lambo, scoffed Sebastian Georg, I don't fucking know, Sebastian G, okay? Middle G. Controversial influencer? You're gonna have to give me some controversy here, because so far, okay, you're telling me that you've got, fine, appropriate relationships and, just a perfectly hot model that's out there, okay? And you're telling me this guy's controversial for saying that, money's just out there and you can go get it if you work hard enough and apply yourself appropriately? I don't know. You're kind of missing the point here. Yes, dropped the bombshell in in podcast footage, which was recently reposted to Twitter. Okay, so a clip made the rounds. The Detroit native. Okay, so this kid's from Detroit. Detroit, known for its booming economy and its profitable financial endeavors. Okay, claims to have $8 million in just 6 years from various ventures. Alright, cool. I'd be willing to hear him out on how he accomplished this, ranging from creating a Google ad agency to YouTube to dropshipping, the e-commerce practice of accepting customers' orders without keeping actual stock on hand. Yeah, okay, so he sounds like a hustler, okay? This guy's fully involved in the hustle economy and he's reaping the benefits of his hard work. Sounds like somebody who you would probably benefit from listening to, okay? Just because he's braggadocious in his delivery doesn't mean that the message, his sauce that's out there, is any less viable. TikTok's cancer. And the young baller who reportedly had 9 cars by age 19. Okay. Believes that anyone can follow suit. I now realize that it's so incredibly easy. There's so much money out there. Oh, controversial Sebastian G, who boasts over 825,000 YouTube subscribers. Okay, wait. Okay, so you hid that. Okay, he's got 825,000 YouTube subscribers, but you're telling me that this lady's a model with 179,000 followers on Instagram? Like, just stop it, bro. How do you think, oh, he's purported to be a millionaire? It's like, okay, if he's got a drop shipping company, if he's got a bunch of other streams of revenue and an almost 1 million subscriber channel, chances are he's probably got some wealth. And if he's making some shrewd moves on top of that, yeah, here's the thing, okay? If people are smart about the money that they make, they can make it work for them. They don't have to work for money. Their money works while they exploit other avenues. Jesus fucking Christ, people are just stuck in their fucking ways. The dollar amount, $200,000, relative to what is out there in circulation and what you can grab, especially now with the AI tools that you can leverage like never before. $200,000 is chump change. Fair enough, man. He's given you an opportunity. He's being positive about the situation. What the fuck is controversial about this? Maybe the rest of his content is just, dog shit of him kicking puppies or something like that. I don't fucking know. I've never heard of this guy before, but if that's the inside of his Lamborghini, well, what color's the leather in your Lamborghini, okay? Big walleted braggart? No, he's... fuck off, okay. Was subsequently torched over his boastful statement on Twitter. Yeah, because people want to cling to their mediocrity, okay? Working hard? Nah, man, I work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and on the weekends, I meet up with the boys for an hour before my wife starts to yell at me. People like the comfortability of their shitty fucking lives. So obviously, they're just going to throw scammer. They're just going to run the same playbook that they're always going to run at them. Let's see. If you're 25 and you don't have at least 47 Lamborghinis, that's not what he's saying at all. He's saying that $200,000, if you think that's a lot of money, put it to work and then just watch you realize that $200,000 isn't the be-all, end-all. Okay, in your Lamborghini account, you need to seriously stop and think. It's probably some, miserable bitch who could never find herself inside that Lamborghini. Meanwhile, do you even do a Lamborghini like it's not a convenient car? I've heard that a lot from people that are over 6 feet tall. They don't have the most headroom that's out there. But again, it's a Lamborghini. You're buying it for a status symbol. You're not buying it because, boy, it's awfully good when it comes to city mileage. And it's like, it's a fucking status symbol, you idiot. One naysayer accused, Sebastian of never working a day in his life. Oh yeah, you've never been in the trenches, you've never been shoveling. Well, guess what? You're probably 40 and you probably continue to do that. You have to understand, man, the world has fucking evolved. So they want to denigrate. They want to denigrate a kid who worked up from being in fast food to now allegedly having $8 million in his bank account. Congratulations. Driving his own Lamborghini, getting on podcasts. Maybe that's it kind of looks like Full Send's layout or something like that. Really, it doesn't much matter, okay? Oh, he's Romanian American. Oh, see, he probably knows the Tates and he's going to get snatched up anytime soon. But you look at the way how everybody else is, responding to this stuff. Just the little quick hits at the bottom. Okay, next. Oh my God, nobody wants to hear, there's a lot of opportunities that's out there. there, okay? Go back to the model that's out there, okay? Yeah, she's beautiful. She's attractive. She's stumpy, okay? Easy to pick up and throw around, okay? Middling response, okay? Yeah, but most of it's just on the up and up. And then you take a look at the comments as well. Good for her. God bless her. Way to go, girl. Make sure you go out there and you empower those women, okay? But what about this? Is this another love is love type situation? She deserves to feel happy. She's not hurting anybody. Top notch. Yep, look at what they're pushing, okay? Because ultimately, they all want to end up at this situation right here. Gay couple charged with molesting their adopted sons also pimped them out to pedophile ring, report claims, because this is the ultimate end point of all this stuff. This is that final horizon that they just need to find a way to get across. If you want to normalize fucked up situations, well, guess what? Here it is, man. You got the messaging out there in the zeitgeist. You're just a few steps away. We already seceded so much ground, so what's a little bit more? A gay couple from Georgia charged with molesting their 2 adopted sons. Yeah, this is a pretty dark story, by the way, but if you stuck around for this long, you already knew something was going to be up. And using them to record child porn. Great! Also, allegedly pimped them out to members of a local pedophile ring, according to a disturbing new report. Months-long investigation by Town Hall revealed that William Dale Zulock and Zachary Jacoby Zulock allegedly used social media to prostitute their 2 elementary-aged sons. So they're drop-shipping pedophiles. Great. William Zulock, a government worker. Of course he works for the government. Of course. And Zachary Zulock, a banker. Of course. Were indicted in August of 2022 on charges of incest, aggravated sodomy. What the fuck? And aggravated child molestation. Oof. Felony sexual exploitation of children and felony prostitution of a minor. Don't even waste the cot space in the jail. Just saying, once they're... If they are, in fact, found guilty of the charges laid against them, well, just feel free to leave them to their own devices. You can go ahead and allow them to choose their method, if you will. But the shocking investigation reveals the more details of the sickening abuse the boys suffered. For the first time, it is revealing that men allegedly pimped out their older sons. Oh, their older sons. Yeah, don't worry. They're just a tender age of 11 and 9 years old. To 2 men in the pedophile ring. Love my family. There you go. There's all the messaging. And what exactly were their positions again? Oh, bankers. Oh, okay. So people who make money. Okay. So financiers that are out there. Okay. And the other one's in the government. Oh, okay. Is it starting to make a little bit more sense now? I think so. One of the men, Hunter Clay Lawless, seriously, that on the nose, 27, told investigators that Zachary, whose Instagram bio describes him as a papa to our 2 wonderful boys and an activist, invited him multiple times to take part in sexually abusing the boys. How about not? Don't you think that picture right behind those 2 right there could just use with a couple of splashes of red? I'm just saying, it would really spice up the scene. However, Lawless claimed that that he never had physical contact with either child. You better hope so. Lawless also claims Zachary sent him multiple messages on Snapchat, including one that allegedly read, I'm not reading that. Fuck off. The 2 men were arrested on charges of soliciting an act of prostitution with the 11-year-old boy, according to the indictment. My soul is dying. It's unclear whether Lawless and Armando Vizcarro Sanchez had any physical interactions with the boy. I was trying to say altercations at the same time. The Zulocks, who live in Oxford, an affluent suburb of Atlanta, of course it is, adopted the children from Christian special needs Yo, what the fuck, man? The boys were in the 3rd and 4th grades with their adopted fathers, were arrested last summer. Yo, this is the darkest timeline. Deputies responding to the reports that the man was downloading child porn raided the home in Loganville, where they found evidence the pair were engaging in sexually abusive acts and video documenting the abuse. A government worker was admitted to forcing one of his sons. Nope, I'm not reading any of that. I got other things to do today, and I don't want to, just descend into darkness over this, because this is about the height of the worst shit that's out there. Okay, but yeah, man, both of those guys in the government wearing all the fucking right slogans that are out there. How long? one step at a time, man. Pimping out the stories about we're just in love. Sure, she just looks like a kid right now. Doesn't matter what she looks like. She's beautiful, right? Condemn the straight white male who's just trying to tell you that there's riches to be had wherever you look. But meanwhile, pay no attention to the two guys pimping out their sons. Ay, ay, ay. But that would normally be where I end that there, okay? And if I continue to read any of this stuff, I might end up ending it there permanently. But I got a little public service announcement here at the end, okay? For some of you who don't know, I have a second channel, okay? Don Consuelo's 52 Fitness, okay? I talk about a whole bunch of interesting things, from vitamin breakdowns to fitness and resistance training, cardiovascular exercises as well, different disease breakdowns, different breakthroughs that are out there. I read a lot of stats and a lot of studies, and recently I've been doing a lot when it comes to the jab and different adverse side effects or anything that really concerns the coof, okay? I used to do it a couple of different times on the main channel over here, but kept running into different problems over there. And given the fact that it really doesn't need, its own dedicated slot on the channel, I just thought it was a little bit more appropriate to shift everything over here. Now we've got much shorter videos normally over here, as you can see, 13 minutes, 9 minutes, that one's 20, but 8 minutes. I cover a bunch of different things that I like, things that I think are funny, and the delivery's a little bit different, okay? It's still me, general presentation's about the same. I read a study, I read a stat, break everything down. I just don't say fuck or shit or anything like that. I just normally keep it about PG. That's the only thing really that changes, but recently, within the past couple of weeks, I've got the warning, and this morning, I got the first strike on the channel, so every day, Monday through Friday, I post one video at local time for me, 6 o'clock. I guess that would be 8 o'clock out east, and then it would be 5 o'clock Pacific, okay? Normally, I'd have a video go up there every single day, but obviously, first strike, so you're off the publication schedule for a week. So I was thinking, what the fuck am I going to be doing about all this stuff? So I made the decision. I was going to open up a Rumble channel for this, and then just slowly migrate everything over, but realizing that with Rumble, well, it's a little bit more difficult than that, okay? You need to give a phone number, two-factor authentication or whatever. But going forward, and it's going to be a test run for this week, okay? So in about an hour and a half's time, I will have one video a day. One video a day throughout the week, okay, Monday through Friday, keep the same schedule over here going up at that same time frame. Today is going to be something a little bit different. I'm going to be cutting that up here real shortly. Obviously, it's going to be something a little bit more appropriate, but we'll see. We'll see. I think that these type of videos probably will play fairly well over here on Rumble, and you'll notice, from the thumbnails, you got the purple, and just if you're not all that interested in the fitness, nutrition, less news-based information, okay, you don't need to click on it over on Rumble. That's fine. It's all going to be on the same channel. It's going to be on the main channel that's over there, the only channel that I operate over there. But if you like more information-based, shorter form content, that'll be over there on the main channel. Nothing will change over here on YouTube. Obviously, in a week's time, then everything will get started up again. But I'm not going to change the content that's over there, okay? I got struck for medical misinformation because, YouTube purports to say that as long as you cite the official sources, so CDC, WHO, FDA, all that type of goofy stuff, you'll be fine until they don't allow you to do that type of stuff. So that stuff gets snatched up, and I'm not going to change any of that stuff. This is my secondary channel. I could give less of a fuck if anything ultimately ends up happening to it, because I like the information. The information is super goddamn important, okay? Especially when it comes to things that the government told you were safe and effective and that you need to get them in order to participate in regular life. And oopsie daisy, now we're finding a bunch of different consequences. Somebody's got to highlight this shit. So you want to hear about that? I'll be posting that over on Rumble. That'll be a fourth video every single weekday over there. And if it works out well over there, if you guys like the content, and again, maybe you're just YouTube motherfuckers and you just like to chill out over here. Again, links in the description of every single video. You can go out there and check something out if you're hip to the idea of, health and fitness and health and wellness type content without all the naughty language. But yeah, I don't like to, I like to promote any of my content. The only reason I have everything up there is so I don't have to do that. And if you want to follow me on any of those other platforms, if you don't ever see anything pop up for me every single day, it'll be on one of those platforms until I'm physically removed from the internet, okay? So that's a little update. You'll get a little bit more insight when I do the official video for this channel, the first one that'll go directly up there. And then, yes, throughout the week, that's what it'll go. If things end up going well, we'll see if I can do some of my old back catalogs. I got some actually popular ones that are over there that might migrate over there, that might do pretty well. So we'll see. It's going to be an experiment for the time being, and yeah, I'll stop wasting everybody's time now and just go talk about some other goofy shit, and then hit you guys back up tomorrow with probably a recap of the Crowder Tim Pool stuff. I would imagine so at some point in time. So, with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone. Your boy's a little thick, and you can't remember his outro, god damn it.